Okay, we're cooking a sweet potato cheesecake made with mascarpone cheese. It's coming out in a minute, and I thought while I had a few minutes, I'd share another story with my dad, since you guys enjoy these things so much. But my brother Tony and I are down the restaurant. My dad ran Borio's restaurant with my mom, and we'd be in the kitchen. My brother was about 5 years older than me. Literally, I'm like, I don't know, I'm in my 11, 12 years of life, and my dad's got this little rack that he built of wooden soda boxes, okay? So back then, they made them out of wood, and they put these straps. So he built this little platform so that we as kids could reach the top of the counter, because we would dredge the fish and the chicken and all that other stuff. My brother's working the grill. I'm over there in hell, working in a 140-degree kitchen with my dad. Dad in there yelling at us, serving 600-700 fish dinners on a Friday night. And so that's funny in itself. But my sisters would go out with, they'd have a date. And it was always hysterical, because the rule was that, as my sister got older, I don't think they were allowed to date till they were like 17, 18. And as they got older, they'd have to, my dad was always at the restaurant. He was always in the kitchen Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. He's in the kitchen cooking. And were my brother and I. So the rule was you had to bring this kid, whoever it was, right, the boyfriend or to-be boyfriend. He'd have to bring him into the kitchen. And so sure enough, my sister would come in, and sometimes not, and he would come down. My dad would want to meet him, understandably, right? And my dad would make him stand there probably 15 minutes, I'm thinking. So we're busy. He's got the heat lamp. He's got dupes running. My brother's running the broiler. I'm running the dredge station. Sometimes I'd hit the fryer a little bit if my dad needed me, but no one, was really allowed to fry other than my dad. And this poor kid would stand there in the kitchen. There's nowhere to stand in the kitchen that you're not in the way. So he's standing there kind of at the foot of the table, and he's going like this, and he's going like this, and he's going like this. My dad's got his, we all got aprons on, and my dad's totally ignoring him on purpose, And say 15 minutes in, he would look over to him, and he would say, "What's your name? Hey, what's your name?" And he's working. I sound like I'm just talking. And he would say, "Hey, Phil." And then my dad would wait a minute or two. He'd put a few more plates up, and then he'd go, "What do you want?" It was so funny. Like, what do you want? Like, he knows what he wants. He knows why he's there. But it was just like, what do you want? So the kid's usually like, I'm here to, I'm taking out your daughter, Nancy, and, we're going to go out to a dinner and a movie or something, something like this. And he would ignore it, for another 3 to 5 minutes. I mean, he'd be there 30 minutes. And he would ignore it for a little bit longer and really get this guy squirming. And he'd be like, he'd never give him direct attention. He's hitting the dupes. He's putting the plates up. He'd be like, all right, well, what time's the movie over? Where are you going? Penn Can Mall usually was in Cicero. All right, it's about 10 minutes away. So movie ends at 9. I expect you home by 9:15, 9:20. Okay? Any questions? Any problems with that? No. Okay. Okay, Mr. Borio. All right. Be safe. Not have a good time. Not nice to meet you. It was brutal. It was brutal. And then this poor kid would leave, and then my dad usually wouldn't say anything for like, I don't know, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. My brother and I, we're kind of giggling anyway. And, we're in the kitchen having fun. Not really. And also my dad would be like, I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like him. You like him? I don't like him. I don't like him. And that was it. That was pretty much it. I don't think he liked any of them. Even their husbands. He never liked any of them. He liked them after they got married. But up until then, he never, ever liked them. And it was funny because, when you're in the kitchen, anyone knows the restaurant business, there's an aroma that you take on, which is kind of the fryer and the food and such, and you kind of become that smell. So I'm sure he's in there for 30 minutes. He goes out, now he smells like the kitchen, which is a great way to break him into the Borio family, because we all smelled like the kitchen. So my dad passed away a couple of years ago, and I'm gonna share more stories with you. But he was phenomenal, and couldn't ask for a better dad for sure. But he was certainly a character, like the Italian American guy that just sometimes you don't realize how, when I say Italian, we were raised American, obviously, with Italian, parents and Italian grandparents, but sometimes you don't realize that vibe, that genre, that behavior, until either you're around other people or you look back, and it is kind of crazy. He was one of those guys in a movie. There's no doubt about it. In a good way. He wasn't whacking anybody, but in a good way. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Listen, don't forget, subscribe to our channel. Give me a like. Hit that notification bell. Grab some olive oil. Watch some videos. We're all over Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and TikTok. And we're really all over. We really appreciate your support always. And share our videos and have a wonderful holiday season, guys. Love to all of you guys. Until next week, buon appetito.